Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna have a everyday makeup routine for you guys, and this is the routine I do every day before I go to class. It's when I want to have a quick makeup look. Well, yeah, quick look without taking too long. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get started. Okay, so I already primed my face and I moisturized. So first I will start off with my foundation, and the foundation I'm using today is the Infallible Pro Matte Infallible in the color, what color is this? Cocoa. And this, I use this makeup every day, well, this foundation every day because it's cheap and I don't have to waste my expensive foundation. So I just put a little on the back of my hand like this. I take my beauty blender, which is extremely dirty, and I spray it with my setting powder, my setting spray. Get it a little wet. Squeeze it up a little bit, and I take the back, just dip it in the back of my hand, and I put it, let me just clean off my mirror. My mirror is a little dirty. Alright, so now I put it on. Oh, first I pat it all over my face. Get my forehead, everything. Now I blend this in everywhere. I really love this foundation because it's a really inexpensive foundation, and it really honestly has great coverage, and I wouldn't say it keeps me all the way matte throughout the day, but it does better than most, you know, foundations. This is like one of the best drugstore foundations I ever got. So yeah, I just keep blending this in. Make sure you get everywhere, have that blended. Get your chin. Okay, so now that that is blended, I am going to take my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. And I think this is in the color Deep Dark. And usually in the summer I get Deep Dark, and then towards the winter I move to the medium dark. So right now I'm still my summer color. So yeah, I just put this finishing powder all over, and I love this because this really like finishes your look. You want to make sure you set any liquid that you put on your face, because it just makes everything come together. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my eyebrows, and I'm going to use the Anastasia eyebrow pencil, and I use this, usually I use the pomade if I'm going somewhere spectacular, but since this is my everyday look, I'm just going to use the pencil. So I first start off by outlining my actual eyebrows. Outline the bottom first, and then I outline the top. Now after I outline that, I start coloring it in. So I start like the middle of my eyebrow, and then I work my way out. I save the inside part for, and I extend my eyebrow out a little bit because you want to make sure that your eyebrow is, you see where the end of your nose reaches right here? And that, you gotta make sure those two line up perfectly, because that's how your eyebrows are supposed to be. So yeah, so I start off by the middle and I work my way towards the end. And then I take my pencil and I color upwards in the front of my eyebrow. But I make sure I do this part really light because you want to give it an ombre effect. You want this part to be the lightest part of your eyebrow to make it look more natural. So then I just take the back of my Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil and I just brush it out. And I brush this inside a little up. And just make sure that this part, like I said, is a little lighter than the rest. That's what I do when I brush it in. I just brush it in a little bit more on that side. So now I'm going to do the other side. Remember, you outline first the shape of your eyebrow. You start coloring it in towards the middle. Don't worry if it's completely not neat because we're going to go in with some concealer and clean it up. And remember, this middle front part of your eyebrow should be the lightest. And you want to color up for this part, because that's the same directions your hairs are going. Okay, now you take the little spoolie and you brush it out. Alright, so now I'm going to take my MAC Pro Long Concealer in the color, what color is this? I believe this is NC45. Yep. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take the straight edge brush and I'm going to dip it a little bit in, not too much. And you're going to outline, again, the bottom of your eyebrow, the lining. And then you do the top. And now I'm going to take my beauty blender and squirt it again. And I'm going to blend that out with the tip of the beauty blender. Now, if you mess up some of the eyebrow that you drew on, don't worry, because you can color that back in, which I'm about to do. Okay, so that eyebrow is done. Now I'm going to do the second eyebrow off camera just for time, and I'll be back to show you the rest of my look. But so far, here's my eyebrow, and the other one's colored in. I just didn't blend it and I didn't put the concealer. But okay, so I'm back and I finished my other brow. So after you finish putting the concealer under the other brow, you want to take a highlight color to highlight underneath your brow bone. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Palette 3. And I'm going to take the color Strange. And I'm just going to dip my blending brush in that color. Blow it off a little bit. And I like to just highlight the tail of my brow, so that's what I'm gonna do today. And then you do the other one. Okay, you can see that highlight. Alright, so now that I finished my brows, I am going to highlight underneath my eyes. So again, I'm going to take this MAC Pro Long Concealer in NC45. I already have some. Okay, so now I'm going to take this color, the NC45, and I'm going to put it underneath my eye. Just pat that underneath with my beauty blender. And remember, this doesn't have to be too perfect because we're going to blend it out. And this is my everyday look, so I'm not going to make it too bright. So I'm going to make sure I blend it in all the way. But don't worry, we're going to set this with a powder so it can blend more. Now I'm going to do the other side. Make sure you blend that all in. We don't want to look like a scarecrow. Okay. Alright, now I'm not done blending, but that's okay because I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette and I'm going to highlight with one of my powder colors, one of the highlight colors. Underneath my eye, I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush, my Real Techniques contouring brush, and I'm going to dip that in one of my highlight colors. Okay, and now I'm going to put that underneath my eye. Gonna blend everything together for you. And I'm gonna do the other side. Alright. Now that that is all highlighted, I don't know if you can see that highlight. Okay, now I'm going to take another highlight color from my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I just go across my cheek like this. I dab the high points in my cheeks. And I do the other side. Okay, now I like to mix my highlight colors, so I love highlight. That's like my favorite part of makeup. And I'm going to do my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in soft. It's gentle and soft. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I just take that, dab it here and here. Alright, now I forgot one extra part, which is doing my eyeliner, which is another favorite part of mine, the everyday. And I have the Dare Reals push-up liner, and if you have a hard time doing eyeliner, this is the perfect eyeliner for you because it has like a, I don't know if you can see that, a tip, and it's like angled, where it helps you do a wing liner. Like, I never had a problem doing wing liner because I literally been doing it since I was in middle school, so that's all I used to do was wing eyeliner. But yeah, so I'm just gonna take that. It has like a, just wound it up, and it's a gel liner actually. That's what's so cool about it. So you just wound it up like once, And you start from the inside of your eye and you bring it straight across. And then I just pull it out a little bit. So remember, we're still doing a daytime look for class. Then I just go over it. And boom. The perfect wing liner in like 2 seconds. So I'm going to do the other side for you guys really quick. Okay, so I finished the other side. Now I have to set my makeup, and I'm setting my makeup with this All Day Urban Decay setting spray. And I'm just gonna spray my face in a T for tea. I'm corny, but I don't care. Okay, let that sink in. Alright, so last but not least, I'm going to be using my I'm going to be using my Kat Von D. I love these liquid lipsticks. I have like 9 of them, so if you don't have one, you should go purchase one. But it's the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, and it's the color Exorcism. And this color is like, I know it's kind of bright for class, but I don't care. I still wear it to class because I like to do berry lips. So yeah, if you're a dark lip type of gal, then you should get this. Be sure not to get any on your face because it's really hard to come off. This stuff really does last all day. Oh, got a little bit on my face, like I told you guys not to do. Okay, let me just clean that little spot up. Get a makeup wipe. Or, you know, if you do happen to get a little bit, I take my beauty blender and just pat that there, so that way, can't see it. Alright, so this is the final look, and yes, I do this every day. I love makeup. And I love dark lips, so yeah, I mean, I don't do it every day, but when I feel like getting dressed up, I do. And just so I can have something quick for class, this is the look that I do. And like I said, my highlighter's on fleek. And yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.